And do you see that risk managers as professionals, they're now kind of beginning to recognize that there's obviously a lot more to risk management than just doing the risk assessment, but more importantly, that there's a lot of useful tools and techniques and answers that risk managers need to be applying in the fields just outside of risk management. Decision theory, neuroeconomics with all the cognitive biases, corporate finance.
I don't think I'm seeing as much of that. In Australia, a lot of the senior risk positions are actually joint audit and risk, and hence why there has been such a emphasis, I think, on the compliance aspects of it. It's an unfortunate aspect of, I think, where people in organisations like the RMIA, of which I was president, I was part of, and I was associated with some of the bad years that we had. We allowed, I think, the accounting firms to everyone back, hijack us the profession a bit too much, and went down the audit agenda. And to the accounting firms' credit now, they are trying to bring everyone back and talk about decision making and strategy and listening as itself from a compliance activity.
Yeah. Are they really? I'm not.
Well,
sure.
in their papers,
yeah,
but not necessarily does it do their cash flow reflect it, because I think a lot of the cash flow is still on the the compliance regulatory driven things. But here's an example. I got contacted by a senior risk, the top risk person in a very large Australian listed company, and they report to the CFO. So there's an example of a very senior person, but they're only reporting to the CFO. They're not in the C-suite.
Yeah.
No disrespect to them, and they also have the audit function. And the CFO had said to them, "So what? So what? I've got a strategic risk profile now. Terrific. What does it mean for my balance sheet?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are questions being asked. Executives don't want to waste time and money, and the smart ones are asking that of the risk function.
Yeah.
So what? Show me what it means for my decision making, and if I'm the CFO, it's about the balance sheet. Does this mean that I've got to take more risk, so I've got enough money to protect my balance sheet in the future?
Yeah.
Or should I take less risk because I've got reserves I don't want to lose because I'm in a good position?
Yeah. Yeah.
What does my strategic risk profile tell me? And by the way, you got 30 on them on a heat map. How are they interrelated?
Yeah.
So there's lots of challenges.
That is such an important point, because I've written an article which says, "Are risk managers scared of taking risks?" And it's basically all about. I was in the Middle East, and I was so sick of nobody at the conferences and in personal meetings going, "Oh, but I'm an expat. Like I can't really shake the boat. I can't really propose new methodologies and integrate into decision making," which I thought was just so outrageously insane that I decided to write this article. And the whole idea is that there's a very small window of opportunity for risk managers now, because executives are now picking up on the value of integrating risk into decision making, and sooner or later, many CFOs, CEOs will start asking, "So what that you've given me this heat map? I can still make decisions the way I was making it. It has zero impact. In fact, we can get rid of the heat map, and it will not change our decision making in any way. It will not change our budgeting or procurement or investment activity." I was in a different podcast. I did tell that story, but basically that same thing happened to me when the CEO said, "You've done such a wonderful job. I can see a lot of colorful documents, but so what? I'm the CEO. I should be waking up every morning and wanting to look at your heat map, but I don't. Like, something just doesn't attract me to that. So what's the point? Why do we need risk management, which has absolutely no impact on my activities as a CEO?" And surely it's kind of in risk manager's power to either start changing the thing slowly himself, or sit there silently, wait until somebody asks the question. And it's much more beneficial to be driving change than having to come up with excuses on why haven't we changed already so fast.
The best risk managers I've met are change agents. They are trusted by their chief executives and the rest of the executives, and they do push buttons in a good way. They ask the right questions. And unfortunately, too many risk managers are exactly as you say. This is what I do. This is part of my job. This is what I do. And when I have conversations with them about doing things differently, there's very few, 1 in 2 in 10, maybe 1 in 5, or maybe even 1 in 10, are wanting to know more and go down that pathway, because And those ones are generally maybe a receptive boss. So there are some people I've talked to, oh no, my boss is really good, CEO is really good, came from such and such, where they were really big on risk. And he's sort of standing around here going, or she's saying, where's all the risk stuff? I want what I had before. So it is spreading, the word is getting out. But again, I think I like that. We need a lot more risk managers to take a risk.